The National Assembly has passed a bill aimed at establishing an independent space and aerospace agency known as the Korea Aerospace Administration, Kasa, to spearhead the country's burgeoning space program.
네, 우리나라 급성장하는 우주 프로그램을 주도적으로 맡게 될 우주항공청, 일명 카사라는 이름의 독자적인 항공우주 기관의 설립 법안이 국회를 통과했습니다. 네, 이름에서도 느끼셨을 것 같아요, 우리 청취자 여러분.
Yes.
네, 카사는 그러니까 나사의 한국판이라고 보면 되겠죠.
That's right. The US have NASA and now we have Kasa. And it's basically putting two different institutes into one.
Right.
So it's taking the Korean Aerospace Research Institute and then the Korea Astronomy and Space Science Institute. They're going to be incorporated into this new one body. And it's expected to be launched in Sachon around May or June. It's going to take a little while because bills have to go through due process. And it's going to be operating under the Ministry of Science and overseen by the Presidential Science Advisory Committee. We'll see what happens because Korea's been making great strides in terms of space. I think for a couple of decades there, the whole world went a bit quiet when it came to space exploration and spacey things. But now I think the world's excited about getting up into space again.
This is very exciting news indeed for all the aspiring astronauts or people, students who want to, work in the space field. You can do this now at home for all of our Korean children out there.
Yes, so we'll see what happens though. It's going to be a few years in the making, I'm sure, but it's exciting news.
네, 그렇습니다. The two institutes that you mentioned that will be incorporated, the first one was
The Korean Aerospace Research Institute.
이거는 우리말로 한국 항공우주연구원, 우리가 항우연이라고 하죠. 네, 이거를 영어로 KARI라고 하고, the other one was
The Korea Astronomy and Space Science Institute.
네, 이게 이제 한국 천문연구원입니다. 그래서 이 두 기관은 이제 아까 얘기한 카사에 편입이 되는 것이죠. Let's have a look at the first expression here. Spearhead.
Yes. Now, if you're familiar with weapons, you'll be familiar with a spear, which is what used to be used in Rome or Greece or all over the world. I'm sure here in Korea too. And what's at the top of the spear? The spearhead, the pointy bit, which you use to attack, or is the bit that goes first when you throw it. So it's the thing that's leading the way.
네.
And so when we use spearhead as a verb, we're saying this is the thing or this is the person or the organization which is going to push forward. They're going to be at the very forefront of things.
네, spearhead라는 이 동사는요, 이끌다, 앞서서 이끌다라는 뜻이 있습니다. 그래서 you can think of the pointy thing at the end of the spear. The next expression is burgeoning.
Yes, if something is burgeoning, it's growing. It's starting to grow, to get bigger and bigger and better and better.
계속 성장한다는 뜻이 있어서 급성장한다라고 해석을 하면 되겠습니다. 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. The National Assembly has passed a bill aimed at establishing an independent space and aerospace agency known as the Korea Aerospace Administration, or Kasa, to spearhead the country's burgeoning space program.